Okie dokie. Well, thank you, Leah, for joining us here today for this quick Zoom press conference. We will go ahead and get right into questions, and we will start with Christos.
Hello, Alia. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. First of all, what's your mindset in going into this camp? What is your goal?
Yeah, my goal is definitely to, just make the team and win gold and bring it back. I know this is definitely a fun trials that we're at, very competitive and very great and talented girls. And so I'm just working hard and just with the intention of bringing home a gold.
And also, you're gonna face those players in the WNBA next season. How important for you and how beneficial is for you to play with them, to pick up their brains and all those things, teaming up with them. How is this experience for you?
It's amazing, really, because this is the next level that I want to be at, and so to be able to have this experience right now during training camp, going against the top players in the WNBA is just something truly special, and I'm learning a lot.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Emily, go ahead.
Hi, Leah.
Hi.
First, this is your first time at, a US, full team national camp.
Yeah.
What has the experience been like for you just, playing with so many people who are, so much older and more experienced than you at this stage?
Yeah, it's definitely fun. I've definitely had some times where I kind of had to go back and they were explaining it to me just so I can get it, but it's been worth it. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot. It's showing me inside scoop of what the next level is like. And so I'm just really glad that I'm here to experience that.
Yeah. Are there differences working with Coach Staley with the national team versus working with her here in South Carolina?
I mean, because she's on the committee, not really. Coach Cheryl Reeves has been doing a great job with us this entire training camp. So, yeah.
All right, Lawson.
Hey, Leah, Lawson Merle here with the Daily Gamecock. I was just wondering, if you were thinking about trying to catch one of those WNBA finals games while you're in Las Vegas.
Oh, if it happens that I can, I definitely would love to.
All right, Gabe.
Hey, Leah, thanks for the time. So I was wondering, shoot, I just lost my train of thought. But as you look around, you see all the players you played against in the SEC, Shakira, Ryan, Alyssa, you've played against too. You guys are this young crew of stars coming in. How does it feel to just look around and say, wow, there are people my age. I'm not really the youngest person here.
Yeah, it feels good. And especially for them, all being rookies this year in the WNBA, it's just very exciting because, I mean, this has been a dream for them, definitely from probably when they were really young. And so to be here with them, even though I'm not technically on that WNBA stage as yet, it's like, wow, I really played against you guys last year. And here you guys are at the same time at trials at the national team. It's like, wow, this is just truly something special.
And have you had a chance to get advice from any of the older players, not just like on the court stuff, but off the court stuff? I know Sabrina mentioned that, you two were similar situations in your last year of college. Have you been able to get advice from anyone? Yeah,
we've definitely been able to talk, and they've just been really helpful with anything that I need.
Okay. And then how different is a Cheryl Reeve practice from a Dawn Staley practice?
I mean, they're both intense because, they're just great coaches and they've both experienced a lot throughout this entire game. And so they're definitely intense, which is wonderful, but I just hope Coach Staley doesn't get any crazy ideas.
All right, Aaliyah, appreciate it.
Yes.
Bob, go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, Leah. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Hey, I was wondering, for you personally, what would you say? You're like 3 days in now, right? What would you say are the most challenging aspects of this camp for you?
Ooh, the first thing that kind of just took off for me was definitely the pace of the game. I mean, definitely coming from high school, to college, it's definitely a faster pace. But I think the pace from college to the WNBA, which is the pace that this training camp has played at, was definitely something that it took the first couple drills that we did for me to really like, okay, so this is how it is. But I've definitely been able to adjust to that. But I definitely think the pace of the game was just a whole nother level from college, which it's different for sure, but I'm making it.
Any other big surprises so far this week?
Also definitely the physicality. I mean, I think we can like see the physicality when we're watching on TV, but to be playing against it, especially in the post, it's definitely a good wake-up call that I'm glad I was able to get this training camp. So it kind of gives me an idea also.
Excellent. Thank you.
Of course.
All right, we'll go back to Lawson. Go ahead, Lawson.
Thanks. So Aaliyah, I was wondering, with this experience and being able to play at a fully competitive level leading up to the season, how do you think that'll affect your fitness and your game readiness when the college women's basketball season starts?
I think definitely I feel like I'm in shape for sure. So I hope when I get back to school, whenever that is, Coach Staley doesn't have me doing all this running, but I definitely think it's going to help me just my pace, because I know what this next level is at. So just making sure that when I'm back at school, I'm running the floor continuously like I am here. I'm as Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I think you were
Okay.
muted for a second. But...
Sorry. Just my pace of the game and definitely being able to finish through contact. I think that's going to help me once the season starts because of the type of training and finishing that I had to do here.
And do you think that your role with the national team is going to be similar to how you play with South Carolina, or do you think there will be some differences?
I think there will probably be some differences between the roles, but over my past 4 years, Coach has always talked about just being able to embrace your role. And so if my role is different on the national team than at school, that's just something I have to embrace and work through that and not try to do something that I'm not needed to do.
Thanks again for your time, Aaliyah.
Of course.
Nathan?
Good afternoon, Leah. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. Yes, ma'am. I wanted to ask you 2 questions. My first question is, do you see a difference between South Carolina's coach Dawn Staley versus Team USA, Dawn Staley?
I would just say that, well, Coach Staley's on the committee, and so she's been able to just kind of give us words of wisdom, and she was able to do that today, and just tips that she thinks is definitely beneficial, especially when you're repping USA across your chest. But I mean, compared to Coach Staley at South Carolina, I mean, I feel like she never really changes. She's the same no matter what, but she's just been able to give us some words of wisdom versus being directly the head coach of this.
Yes, ma'am. And second one is, you definitely have Team USA basketball experience. Is there anybody when you were growing up, especially with Team USA women's basketball, that you gravitated to, like Elisa Leslie or Tina Thompson, like say like, oh, like I want to be just like them? Like, who did you, like your game did you gravitate towards?
I would honestly say everyone's when it comes to post play, just because there are a lot of different post players in the league, and even that, played on USA, and they all bring something different. So I'm in my position. I mean, I'm just trying to learn from as many people as I can in different ways. And so I wouldn't really say one specific person, but definitely everybody.
Last one for me is, you got some rookies, Shakira Austin, Melissa Smith. You played against them previous college basketball season. Have they given you any insight, as you are getting ready for the W after this college basketball season?
Yeah, I mean, I remember I asked Ryan and a couple of them how their training camps was. I'm not going to tell you their responses because I don't think nobody going to get in trouble on fine. But I mean, they definitely said it was a change of pace. Physicality was different, and that it was definitely a step up from college. But I mean, when I get there next, at the end of this season, God's willing, then I will see for myself.
I appreciate you, Leah. Thank you.
Of course.
All right, we'll go back to Gabe to wrap up, and then we'll let Aaliyah go and wait for Ryan Howard to be here. Go ahead.
Yeah, just a quick one, Aaliyah. So you've kind of touched on this a few times. Like, do you think this experience is really getting you prepared for that next level? Has this been one of the best experiences in that vein?
Yeah, I definitely think so. Just because it's not just playing against college athletes, or it's not just playing against rookies, but it's playing against women that have been in the league for years. And so being able to learn from them, seeing some stuff that they might do that I've never really thought about, or the way that they're able to be physical, or even their defense or how they score. It's just a lot that I've taken note of. I mean, even this morning I was talking to Natasha Howard and I was saying that, your hook shot is something that you do with everything. And I was like, I'm definitely trying to work on that so I can become really like unstoppable, because that move is just pretty hard to stop without fouling. And so I was talking to her about that, and she was just kind of showing me how she does it.
All right. Thank you very much. We will let you go.
All right, thank you.
Lawson, do you have one more?
Just a quick question, if Aaliyah doesn't mind. Do you think we're going to see a new hair color for the tournament in Australia, or are you sticking with the?
Well, I had pink before. And so just before trials, I got this like red with like a skunk stripe type of thing, which is just like a pile of orange right here. And so I would definitely rock this in Australia. So fingers crossed.
Look forward to it. Good luck, all.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.